Hello and welcome. My name is Muhammad Zahir bin Zulkarnain. My student number is 202-499-1697. I would like to extend my sincere respect to my supervisors, Sir Muhammad Aizat Adnan, and to the esteemed examiners watching this video. Today, I am presenting my research proposal titled The Equal Effect of the Heavy Resistance versus Plyometric Pipe Protocol on Reactive Agility Performance in College Football Player. Before we look at the data, let's think about the game of football. It is highly unpredictable. Success does not just come from running fast in a straight line. It comes from explosively changing direction in a split second. Modern sports science is constantly looking for ways to optimize a player's physical readiness right before they step onto the pitch. My study explores how we can achieve this using post-activation performance achievement. Let's look at the core concept of this study. On the left side of this visual, we have the heavy resistance pipe protocol. This involves high intensity lifting, specifically we using squat at about 85% of a player's one repetition maximum. The goal here is to trigger muscle potential and temporary strength. On the right side, we have the plyometric protocol. This user explores body weight movement like deep jump. The goal here is to stimulate a much faster neuromuscular response. Both methods aim to prime the body, but the big question is which method works better for reactive agility, and more importantly, during that 5 to 10 minute rest window after the warming up. Exactly when is the player at the absorbic. Okay, moving to the research background. Why does this study matter? First, we have the burden of agility. Multi-directional agility is the most crucial physical trait in football. It requires a fearless mix of physical power and cognitive reaction. Players must possess the field and shift their body weight instantly. Next, we have the PEP mechanism. We know that the post-activation performance achievement temporarily improve voluntary muscle performance. It does this by increased neural drive and raising muscle temperature. However, we have a major practice gap. Pipe is proven to improve straight line sprinting and vertical jump, but evidence regarding its effect on complex multi-directional agility is incredibly limited. By tailoring this warming up exercise to mimic sport-specific movement, we have uninterrupted opportunity to recreate achievement in football agility. This brings us directly to the problem statement, which highlights three major issues in the current science. First, the neglect of multi-directional tests. Most pipe research completely ignore complex change of direction movements. The focus only on linear speed. Second, a lack of comparative evidence. We simply do not know whether heavy resistance or plyometry is better for agility in college football players. No study has directly compared them in this demographic. That is consistent recovery guideline. Coach currently laid clear data on the optimal rest time between the warming up and the game. So a player wait 4 minutes or 12 minutes without clear data, coaches are simply guessing. To solve these problems, my study has two main objectives. Objective 1 is to compare the effect of heavy resistance versus plyometric protocol on multi-rational agility. Our first hypothesis states that there will be a clear statistical difference in performance between these two groups. We believe one protocol will clearly outperform the other. Objective 2 is to identify the optimal post-activation time window. We will test agility at the 4 minute, 8 minute, 12 minute marks. Our second hypothesis states that agility performance will fluctuate significantly across this time. We are looking to find the sweet spot for recovery. As shown in our literature matrix past study like Quantum and Liu focus mostly on linear tasks or on different spot integrally. My study is unique because it specifically targets the physical demand on college football players, including complex agility tasks. Our conceptual framework operates on a simple input mechanism output model. Our inputs are the two conditioning protocols. This input triggers specific neural muscular mechanisms inside the body, such as increased neural drive and muscle conditioning. My research will test whether this mechanism successfully bridge the gap to our ultimate output, which is enhanced multi-rational agility. For our methodology, we have recruiting male college football players using proposition sampling to ensure statistical power and a G power conclusion requiring a minimum 24 participants. However, to account for any potential dropouts, we targeting exactly 30 participants. To ensure the integrity of the data, we apply very strict inclusion criteria. Participants must be aged 18 to 25. They must be currently involved in structured football training, and they must be medically fit. We will strictly include anyone with lower limb injuries, cardiovascular issue, or those who only play recreationally. Safety and data validity are our top priorities. Finally, let's discuss our measurements and procedure. Before any physical exertion, all participants will complete the PARQ plus questionnaire, a validated instrument to capture healthy readiness and ensure anyone with some term reserve medical clearance first. For our primary dependent variable, we will utilizing the modified T-agility test. This highly reliable to capture true multi-rational agility performance involving forward acceleration, lateral shuffling, and backward movement measured precisely in seconds using electronic timing gates. During the research procedure, participants will undergo baseline testing followed by either the heavy resistance or plyometric protocol on separate days. We will then test their T-agility time at the 4, 8, and 12 minute post-activation marks. Once the data is collected, we will use advanced statistical analysis such as a replace measure ANOVA to determine exactly which protocol and which race interval produce the fastest times. Ultimately, this study will equip sport scientists and coach with the evidence-based guideline they need to unlock peak agility in their athletes exactly when the whistle blows. This is our reference. Thank you very much to the examiners for your time and attention. I look forward to your valuable feedback.